You just crash landed in the mesmerizing ocean of Subnautica and you're not sure where to start. Well, this quick guide will show you how to gather resources, craft gear, and explore. Whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'll start by going over the basic resources you need and where to find them for the start of your adventure, and then continue by going into what to craft and why. You're able to collect resources from harvesting nodes you can harvest by using your hands. Limestone outcrops will get you copper and titanium at complete randomness. Alternatively, you can grab some metal salvage and slap that in your fabricator to get 4 pieces of titanium. Sandstone outcrops will give you either silver, gold, or lead. Reef back leviathan barnacles will give you either silver or copper, and shell outcrops, which are found a little bit deeper, for example in the mushroom forest or jelly shroom cave, will give you gold, diamond, or lithium. There are also resources in and around the starting area which you can simply pick up, including acid mushrooms used for batteries, salt deposits, which are a material used to create bleach, creepvine seed clusters, which are these glowy bits in the kelp biome which you can use for silicone, rubber, and lubricant, quartz, which is used to create glass, and finally cave sulfur. Cave sulfur is a little tricky to collect because an exploding fish called the crash fish protects it. And what you need to do is basically aggro it by going in close proximity, trying to swim away. You'll tank the hit at first, and then you can go ahead and collect the cave sulfur. You're able to find crash fish in the tunnels and cavey bits of both the safe shallows and kelp forest. A personal favorite spot of mine to find both quartz and cave sulfur is at this location, for which the coordinates are on screen now. By pressing F1 and looking at your camera world POS, aka position, you're able to determine your current coordinates and location. In addition to harvesting nodes and grabbables, there's also cuttables, which require a survival knife, more on how to craft that later, to collect. These include creepvine samples used to create fiber mesh, table coral samples, which are one of the materials required to create computer chips, and finally coral tube samples, which are one of the materials used to create bleach. Since we're on the topic of bleach, which requires both salt and a coral tube sample to create, is the easiest way for new players playing the survival game mode to clench their first, as combining those two materials in the fabricator will give you not 1, but 2 disinfected bottles of water, providing 30 hydration each. This is far more effective than grabbing a bladderfish, bringing it inside and lasering it up to get a single bottle of filtered water, giving 20 hydration. Food is really simple. Grab some fish, easier done with a sea glide or fins, and then cook them up in the fabricator. You have 2 options, either cooked food or cured food if you have salt. Cured food doesn't spoil, although does reduce the H2O value of that said bit of food. You would only want to use this type of food if you're going to be going on a long trip. When first leaving your life pod, you're going to want to focus on obtaining the following items. When creating these tools, know that you're able to pin recipes in your inventory for easy material tracking. It's worth noting that these tracking recipes do not count your materials stored in any kind of container. The standard O2 tank will bring up your oxygen from 45 to 75, and it only costs 3 titanium to create. After having created this, you can create the high capacity O2 tank using glass, titanium, and silver. This will bring you from 75 oxygen to 145. Creating this tank unlocks the rebreather, which slows down oxygen consumption below 100 meters of depth. It is created with a wiring kit and some fiber mesh. A wiring kit is created with 2 pieces of silver, and the fiber mesh is created from 2 seed vine samples obtained using your knife. Since we're on the topic of O2 and oxygen anyways, if you see these brain coral plants, go ahead and hover above them, as the bubbles they release actually give you back your oxygen underwater. This will allow you to explore a little bit longer in, let's say, a cave or a deeper biome. Fins are a very important one, as they increase your swimming speed, not only making exploration more efficient, but will allow you to avoid monsters more easily. These are created using 2 bits of silicone rubber, which you can create from a single creepvine cluster. Those orange glowy bits in the kelp biome. The survival knife can be created using a single piece of silicone rubber and titanium, and can be used to collect different bits and resources like creepvine seed samples and coral tube samples. The repair tool, which can be created using cave sulfur, silicone rubber, and a single piece of titanium, can be used to repair your starting life pod and start the story. The scanner might just be the most important item in Subnautica, used to scan monsters and plants, but more importantly, blueprints for improved equipment, vehicles, and base building items. One of those vehicles is the Sea Glide, and this is going to be your first form of transportation, which is really going to speed up the game. The Sea Glide only requires 2 fragments, which you can easily find in and around the safe shallows in Kelp Forest. It is created using a battery, lubricant, which is a seed cluster, 2 pieces of copper in the form of a copper wire, and a piece of titanium. Other higher tier vehicles such as the Sea Moth and the Cyclops submarine cannot be created inside the fabricator and instead require the mobile vehicle bay. Now, to find those fragments, you're going to go delving into the biomes and possibly into wrecks as well. When going into those wrecks, you're going to want to have a flashlight because it gives you so much more light than the Sea Glide or just no light at all. A flashlight can be created using a battery, again 2 acid mushrooms and a piece of copper for that one, and a piece of glass requiring 2 quartz. One of the most important items for exploration is the compass, which you can fabricate after having found Life Pod 3 in the Kelp biome. The life pod is located at the following coordinates, which you can pull up on PC by pressing F1 and looking at your world position. Alternatively, you can swim from your starting life pod and kind of aim for this cloud, and then you should be able to find it as well. That's all for this quick guide. Best of luck on your Subnautica adventure. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.